Hi everyone, I'm Lauren. I'm back with another Best Picture Nominee watching thingamajiggy challenge, whatever, I don't know, project. This time I'm looking at My Fair Lady from 1964, which also won the Best Picture of that year. This is a pretty famous movie, if I understand correctly. I've been seeing it get a lot of hype recently, particularly since it got a 4K release, I think. But I hadn't heard about it until looking more into films recently, so not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just like blindsided a bit on how well known this is, and I just haven't heard of it. But it is a musical film where this professor, I guess he's like in linguistics kind of thing, or expert in that, he takes this lower class woman who speaks terribly, and he trains her to speak like a high class noblewoman and try and pass as one as well within, I think it's like 6 to 8 months or something like that. There's a little bit afterwards where it's like, okay, now what? Now that we either did or didn't succeed, like what happened kind of thing. But most of it is the training of the lady that I can't remember the name. I'm terrible with names. This is a common theme for most films. As it's a musical, there's a lot of singing and dancing numbers, mostly singing. This is not as big of a dancey dance type one. And they're all really good, I think. None of them stood out as bad or boring. There's a lot of comedy in some of them. Some of them more straight-laced humor, I think. Like straight man humor kind of thing, where they're not really doing anything funny, but what they're saying is kind of funny. I don't know how to explain humor at all, but a lot of the humor that was there really worked for me, and I think it's kind of Britishy humor. I think. This didn't feel very American-y to me. I have no idea where this was made or what studio made this, so I could be wrong and they just really did a good job at pretending to be British. But yeah, it felt Britishy humor to me, and I tend to like that. So the more straight-lacey type stuff, and so that was good. There was a lot of interesting costumes with the main lady as, hey, try new stuff. And she does a good job between fluctuating between the like more rough, lower class accent, where she speaks improperly and stuff, to the high class prim and proper type speech. And sometimes she fluctuates in between the two, because I mean it's only been 6 months or whatever, so she's not perfect yet. I also really liked I don't know his name, I forgot. There's another actor. He's in the 1968 version of Dr. Dolittle. I recognized him too, and he's an asshole, and he's the linguist professor. He's a big ass. And he's great. I don't know, it worked for me. I don't always like asshole characters, but he really worked for me there for some reason. Yeah, I don't really have much else to like go woo-gate. There were some good compositions, I think. I'm not good at picking those out yet, but from what I can tell, it looked really well filmed, like position-wise. The only thing that I have kind of a nitpicky dislike for is the ending after they're done with the training. It just felt like some of the characters' resolutions were a little strange. I'm not gonna go into details with that because I don't want to spoil it. I think it's good enough to watch for sure. I mean, it's a classic, so that would be kind of rude for me to spoil it even if I didn't like it. It just felt a little strange to me, and some characters that I thought were gonna get some sort of development or change, it didn't seem like that happened. Maybe it was the film was trying to indicate that with some subtleties, but if that was a thing, it was too subtle for me, so it just felt like, okay, the character didn't improve at all. What? Okay. And just yep, ends happily ever after. And I'm like, how is that happily ever after? Okay, whatever. It was still enjoyable for most of it, and that last part is not very long. Most of it is really good and entertaining. Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about with it. I think I'll watch it again. It was good enough for me to do that. It just wasn't like a high praise, best thing ever kind of thing for me. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Let me know if you've watched this before and your thoughts on it, or if you're now interested in watching it, let me know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again in another video. Bye!